welcome to another video. Thank you so much for joining us again. I say us because there's two of us. Hello. We are going to finish the Ranelagh sign. You're going to finally see what on earth how we're going to finish it. Set off early this morning. It's very grey, very miserable, and a bit miserable looking, but it should be a good day. I cannot wait to show you inside the place where we're going. We're going to go and meet Lee. He's a fantastic guy. I've known him for years, and he's going to help us out. There's police everywhere on the seafront. Apparently Prince Philip is here, or on his way here. I had no idea. There's police absolutely everywhere. So you never know, we might catch a glimpse of Prince Philip. Hi there. What's going on?
You don't know? Prince Charles is coming today.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's becoming a city, so he's so
right.
he's coming down. So he's doing a naming ceremony at the Civic Centre.
That's why there's those people at the Civic Centre on Victoria Avenue.
Yeah.
Well, can you believe it? Prince Philip's here. Southend's going to become a city. It's enough sightseeing for one morning. Let's get on with why we're actually here. I grew up in Southend. I was born in Southend. We are in Southend. We come back home. My whole childhood I was here, went to college and uni here and had a good time and spent a long time at this place on this road in this estate, because I used to work for a VW shop here called Carman Connection. I don't know if you know it. If you're into VWs and Porsches, you'll know. In the 80s they were a huge company. Like Southend was the place to go for VWs, and I was lucky enough to get a job working in there as a boy in the workshop, just as a lad. I worked in the parts shop upstairs, and actually that is where I met John, who you know very well now. I've had various camper vans and VWs over the years, and it's all thanks to this place. Literally, the place we are visiting today is next door. That's how I know Lee. And that building there used to be Carman Connection. As a kid, as a teenager, this is where I spent years, so many hours of my life, messing around here with John, playing with old camper vans. We used to get camper vans in from America. The container used to pull up into that yard there, back them in there, and then we used to unload them, pull up out the front here, unload the containers with Porsches, VWs, camper vans, Beetles, all sorts of things, loads of parts, and then spend the rest of our time restoring them, fixing them up. It was such a good time. Oh, it's so weird being back here. It's been years. That's where we used to work, down that little alleyway. It used to be full of camper vans. Let's carry on with the main reason why we're here. We are here to visit this unassuming place, Hockley Enterprises. I mean, what an amazing building for a start. The guy that runs this place is called Lee. I've known him for years because I used to work next door. I think they'd probably call themselves a platers, because they don't just do chroming. They do chrome, gold, brass, copper, nickel, all sorts of things. They do anodizing as well. And Lee is so clever. His knowledge for plating metals is just on another level. I'm calling him all the time when we're at the repair shop, being like, Lee, can we do this? Can we do that? He has actually chromed a few bits for us at the repair shop. It's a very industrial process. You need a building like that to actually be able to do it. So we can't do it in the barn. Whenever I've got an item that's got chrome parts on it, more often than not, they've gone to Lee, because he is one of the only people I would trust with chroming. It can go very wrong very easily. We are so lucky to be able to film this today, because there's very few of these plating shops left doing chrome and things like this. It's a very tricky process, and health and safety things are so difficult. There's very few left in the country, and especially anyone that would let us actually in to film anything and talk us through the whole process and show us around. So this is a very rare opportunity. I feel very lucky. Nice to meet you.
I do all your plumbing.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you. All the stuff for the repair shop?
Yeah.
Brilliant. What was your name?
George.
George.
We use so much copper wire, it's unbelievable.
Is that to hang the parts?
Yeah. Suspend the bars because there's conductivity.
For the electric, yes, of course, for
and
the
it doesn't
current.
get hot.
Yeah.
These are all the jigs we suspend the jobs from.
All the little nuts and bolts and bits and
You got some there.
different shaped hooks.
Yeah,
And
yeah, they're very handy.
cool.
This is the cleaner.
This is a cleaner.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm just cleaning it before plating. With any plating, cleanliness is the most important part of the job. Only needs about a minute or so. Back into the water swill.
This is just a water, just a rinse.
Just a water rinse, yeah.
Yep.
With a very soft cloth, make sure there's no dirt or nothing left on it.
Again, clean, clean, clean. Yeah.
That's the most important part of it, really, it's just cleaning.
Yeah.
Come on, there again. Rinse. Now we're going into the nickel tank.
Ah, this is the nickel one. Ah.
Again, it's all electric. The solution is made of chlorides and sulfides.
Okay.
A bit of sulfuric acid, obviously.
Yeah.
And these anodes.
Yeah, what is this, the anode?
These are the actual anodes with the nickel chips.
Oh, so there's actual chunks of nickel
chunks of nickel
in these bags?
It's just like paint. As soon as you put it on the bar, because it's electric, it starts pulling. It goes like a paint.
Yeah.
Just like a paint.
So it's attracting to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's
warm?
magic, really. It's hot.
This is hot water.
It's 40 degrees.
Okay.
The color is green because of the nickel sulfide and the chloride. That's the color of the sulfides and the chlorides.
And that's in the solution? In
Everything's
water.
in the solution with water.
How long will this take?
It depends the size of the job. If it's an exterior, about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
So like a thicker coating?
If it's a decorative for indoors, half hour to 40 minutes.
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
It depends, it's a small item. Anything with threads, again, only about 10 to 15 minutes, so you don't want the threads
Too
build
much,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Greece.
You're from Greece?
Mainland Greece.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it is. That's why I've been doing it for 36, 37 years.
37. Have you been here for that long?
Well, it's my first job since 1977.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and I find it so interesting. That's why I love my job, because every day I do something different. And when someone brings a rusty bumper, like you see or whatever, and at the end of the day it comes out like brand new, I say, yeah, I've done that.
Amazing.
Honestly,
Job satisfaction.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What sort of current is through there now?
I'm talking about, at the moment, it's 4 volts.
4 volts?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's very quite
As
low.
I'm filling the tank, it's very low. It's
Low,
very low.
yeah.
It's very low. It's very low. That's why you can touch and nothing, and you don't get shocked.
You don't get shocked. So all this stuff is finished in this room. Cool. This is Porsche. Yeah, I can recognise that. Yeah, doesn't get better than that, does it? That must be a nightmare to polish that. It's a cast. So this is steel?
Yeah, it's been copper plated and polished.
Copper plate and a polish. So that went in 15 minutes ago, brass, and now it's nickel. Yeah, amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is the chrome tank. Wow, look at that.
About a minute.
Is that all?
About a minute.
1 minute.
You'll see, yeah.
These are anodes here?
Lead anodes.
Lead.
These are lead. And you've got chromic acid in the actual solution mixed.
Ah, so the chrome comes from the solution.
Yeah.
Does the lead, is it sacrificial? Does the lead degrade? You have to replace it? Yeah.
Rinse. It washes off the chromic acid solution.
So this is water again, just a rinse. Oh, look at that. Whew.
First rinse. See how white it is?
Amazing. Yeah, it's completely changed colour.
Yeah, it's white.
So this is...
That's zinc plated.
So they're steel?
They're still not stainless yet. So that is a corrosion protection.
And that's not brass plate?
No, that's zinc as well, but that's just they ask for like an extra. See, when you heat it up and dry it, you can change the colour of the iridescence. Some can go pink green, some can go yellow gold.
And you can choose, you can control it?
Yeah, they can control it, but these guys...
Well, you wouldn't think that was zinc, would you?
Because obviously, don't forget, that's the only bits that's seen. So,
yeah.
So they may even be doing it to make it look like brass.
Like brass.
If we do it like that, then we can rotate it and twist it, and then I can...
You can spin it whichever way.
Airlocking, so we do it like that. I'm just going to give it 10 minutes in here. I'll let that soak for 10 minutes. This is just a degreaser, just to get all the finger marks off it and all the oil.
Yeah, it's certainly covered in grease. My workshop. Yeah.
So what I might do is get it out, give it a little soft brush, and then put it back in again.
So there's no electrical current in that.
No,
that's just
purely,
a degreaser.
it's a bit like I'm washing up liquids, basically, with other stuff.
Yeah. One clean R.
Yeah.
Clean, degreased, ready to go. That's just water.
That's just clean water, yeah.
Yeah, rinsed it off. So what's this then?
This is hydrochloric acid.
Hydrochloric, is it? So my sign has gone into a hot bath for a degreaser. They had half an hour in there. It's had a scrub and another rinse in the degreaser. Then it's been neutralised in water. Every time they even go their hands from one to the other, they always dip their hands in water to neutralise it. That's why there's vats of water, like fresh running water all the time, and that's why the water on the floor is everywhere, because there's fresh, clean running water the whole time. Then he's taking it over to the second tank, which is hydrochloric acid solution. They're going to have 15 minutes in there. Both parts are in there now. The hydrochloric acid is, again, it's going to etch the surface, clean the surface, make sure it's going to remove all of the burnt marks around where the welding spots were. It's going to take off all of that. It's just being cleaned before it goes into its final tank, which is this one, which is the zinc. So we're going to zinc plate the sign, and it's in that half there, I think. I'm sure it is that one. So what's in here?
Copper. Copper solution. Acid copper.
Acid copper.
Yeah.
So that's why it's all blue.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's the anode in here then? Lumps of copper?
Copper balls, yeah.
Copper balls.
Solid copper. Solid copper.
That's solid copper in a basket that's connected
Over
to that.
there is nickel. Here is copper balls. They act just like the nickel, but it's just a...
And then there'll be an electric current, and it will work like an electrolysis.
You've got cathodic and anodic, yes.
So what's in this?
Cyanide copper.
Cyanide copper.
Yeah, it's a base for nickel. Flash base. It's just a flash.
And how long will it be in there for?
About a minute.
Oh, is that
About
it?
a minute, yeah.
Okay, so it's literally been a couple of minutes.
Yes,
in the copper.
that's enough for the nickel now.
So when in brass, look at that. That's copper. Brilliant.
Must drain it properly.
That is amazing. Just like that.
Now wash it. A good rinse to get rid of the copper. Water 10% of urine to kill any cyanide on there.
Okay.
Now it's ready for nickel. That's another way of plating brass with nickel.
Amazing. Been a good 10 minutes or so in the hydrochloric acid, so I think my sign will be coming out of there very soon, going into the zinc. Hopefully it's still in there. It doesn't feel like it's going to lift up the wires, it's all just dissolved. Look at that. I didn't think we were going this far. What's in this one?
This is caustic cyanide. This is another cleaner, but it also activates it. But because we're going from an acid to a zinc, which is a cyanide caustic solution, this will also neutralise it. So
I see.
Basically, we're not going to be dragging acid into there.
So you're not contaminating tanks?
Yes. That's it, to the tank. So we use the tank as your anode.
Oh yeah, look. So the actual metal tank is the anode?
Tank is the anode.
I see, so it gets all round.
But that, you can go anode, cathode, anode. So you can switch it for brass or steel. So one you're going to plate on, one you're going to plate off.
I see.
See, obviously, if you're going to be plating brass, you don't want to be you don't want to be sticking steel on the surface. So you want to be throwing it off. It's quite a bit of power in it. 1,000 volts, that wreck.
This awesome Frankenstein switch that switches the polarity from positive to negative, so the anode becomes the cathode, so it pulls away, and it's depending on what you're putting in there. Lee was trying to explain, depending on what you're putting in there, what you're trying to do, you can switch the part from being the anode or the cathode. If you're trying to remove and clean, or if you're putting something brass in there, you can switch it round to work the other way. So it's very, very clever. It's fascinating. But basically, all we've done so far throughout all this time is degrease, strip, acid clean, now cyanide sort of electrolysis essentially clean. It's all cleaning. Everything so far, all these different points, all it's doing is cleaning, degreasing and stripping and etching the surface. When it finally goes in that zinc tank, it's as clean and the surface is as clean as possibly well prepped as possible, so the zinc can stick. Oh, go on Lee, sorry.
Right, that's your lot.
And that's it, that's all it needs.
That's it, just give it a little clean. So this is obviously cyanide, so you've got to be a little bit careful.
Don't touch it, I'm fine. I'll steer clear, yeah. So this is it. This is the zinc tank. So in there, is this?
This is zinc. This is
anodes and cathodes again. Is there like a sacrificial?
Yeah, no, this is your anode. So that's your metal in there, your zinc metal.
That's the zinc. Oh yeah, okay.
That'll go clean in a minute because it's been just left with the power off.
So what's this stuff called?
It's a blue passivate.
Blue passivate.
This is a trivalent passivate, so it's environmentally friendly as well.
And it's essentially sealing the surface.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. It's a little warm room,
yes.
So you can sit in there and bake it on, just dry it off.
Yeah, we'll airline it in a minute, we'll let it drain for a bit, and then we'll
drip dry.
And then we give it a little airline right at the last minute.
Yeah, fantastic, oh, it looks brilliant. Here he comes. Perfect.
Good. It's still wet, so it's a bit patchy, but
no, it looks brilliant.
it's good.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Well, there we go. We've got the sign. Amazing process. I hope you've enjoyed that. Lee is such an awesome guy, and George in there. What a brilliant team. Everybody in there just loved what they were doing. It's awesome. Wendy's got the ump. Haven't you, Wendy? Yeah. She'll get a run around in a second. So now on the way home, I can't not pop into Carbon Connection, see if the guys are in there and see what they're up to. Cool, this is a bit of a step up from Granger Road,
Oh yeah.
isn't it? Got lifts and all.
Yeah.
There we go. The construction of the Ranelagh sign is finished. It was fascinating for me meeting Lee, meeting George and seeing all the guys at Hockley Enterprises and KK. Getting to meet everyone there at KK was brilliant. I didn't get to film too much and annoyingly my battery ran out. Well, two. I actually got through two batteries. The sort of like framework of the sign is finished, welded it up, I welded holes to bolt it to the wall, closed up the ends of the box section. A couple of you commented saying, oh, you need to weld in the cord at the ends. And so I was like, yes, I know, I've done it. So the ends are all welded up, the back is done, it's painted black. The letters have been zinc plated and I think they're looking beautiful. It's a bit shiny now, but with time it will dull down and go really nice. It just looked quite industrial. I've left a few of the grinding marks on there. It's quite sort of rough and ready and quite industrial. So I hope after so many different opinions and different options with you guys commenting about which colour to paint it, I hope that you think that I've made the right decision. There's an awful lot of people that said I should paint it the same colour as the original Ranelagh. This green is not the original paint. Basically, I'm not sure which exact colour I'm going to be painting the new Ranelaghs yet. I know it's going to be a battleship grey, But even that is not just a clear colour. There's also different options of grey. So I'm not sure yet, basically. So I thought by going with a neutral, industrial, generic sort of feeling with the red neon, that is going to pop and it's going to look beautiful. The next video, next Sunday, will be going down to outline displays to make the actual glass, to bend the glass, to put the glass inside, purge it with the gas, and we're off. And then it'll be finished. So I cannot wait for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the next video, because that will be the Ranelagh sign finished, done, tick it off, screw it to the wall, job done, on to the next. Please give us a thumbs up and leave me some comments, any feedback, anything you've got to say. I do read them all and I try and reply to as many as I can. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.